LasVegasDiscount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit LasVegasDiscount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I am Dan Rayfield. I am very fat and need to eat. I am so fat that I now need a voice assistant because I cannot form words with my enormous fat neck. This is Fight Net Radio. I am replacing Lee.
You can hold it right there, fat ass. All right, calm down, Cartman. We'll come back to you shortly. I would like to introduce the newest member of the show to the audience. Dan Rayfield will now be joining us. I really think it's important, Andrew. First of all, Andrew Lapache, Fight Fiend Migs. Follow Andrew online. Follow Fight Fiend Migs online. I want to start with you, Andrew. How exciting is it that first we can, we've talked about it for a long time, right? Working with people with physical handicaps, and now we get Dan Rayfield going through his Stephen Hawking phase in life where he's using a voice box. I'm very excited that we could give back, Andrew, and have somebody like Dan on the show every week.
Yeah, it's very good, Lee.
For those of you just joining us, Andrew's mad at me because of ongoing situation there's sexual tension between us. Andrew and I are secretly gay lovers.
Oh my God.
I'm putting it out there.
Very sad.
This is Fight Net Radio.
I knew it.
You're damn right you knew it. So everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio. If you were expecting a traditional show with lots of guys talking over each other about what they think about boxing and not really having an opinion and generally stealing our ideas and our humor, this is the show that they're stealing from. So I just thought I'd do that right at the top. Our goal here, we have 3 different types of fight fans for you. We bring Migs on for fight weekends because, let's be honest, Andrew and I just can't stomach some of these fight cards, and Migs is still young and not jaded. So he can talk as though he actually watched the fight because in most cases he watched the fight. We did have a fight weekend, and we will talk about it. Right off at the top, go to fightnetradio.com. Click on one of the ways to listen. We recommend our Facebook page. Click, like, share. We post a video usually within 24 hours after our broadcast platforms so that you can watch what we're looking at while we record the show. In the future, we'll go back to video, but Andrew was getting so worked up without his shirt and like the camera. It was like a whole thing. So I tried to calm it down. Andrew has small children. First and foremost, Andrew, how are you?
Good.
Andrew?
What? I'm doing good.
Really? How's work?
Fine.
How are the Raiders?
Fine.
Migs, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing great, thank you. I'm literally just rolling out of bed. Wasn't sure if I wanted to brush my teeth this morning before the show or not, but you guys are special, so decided to use mouthwash and floss.
All right. Well, let's get started because clearly Andrew's mad at me or in a mood. For those of you joining the show for the first time, when you hear the horn, which is now not working again, literally tested it this morning.
Just have Dan Rayfield will say the word horn.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I got to figure out a way to make Dan louder. But Dan will be joining us. I think we're joined. Bob will probably join us today. I don't think Oscar's joining us today. I don't think Andrew's in the mood. So let's get started right off the bat. We had a premier boxing card last night. That's why Miggs is joining us. Andrew made me actually watch as well. And I would like to gouge my eyes out because I actually watched last night. But let's get to it right off the bat. Where exactly did you guys, Andrew, what time did you jump on the PBC broadcast?
The last two fights.
So you're in it Agabaga, Dagabaga, and Kana
Yes.
Hana Hana Muna Hunu.
Yes.
And Miggs is a complete nut. So you probably started at 5 o'clock, I would assume.
Yep, on the dot.
Okay, so the first fight at the 5 o'clock card was what? Sanchez and Duejeco. Since Andrew and I refuse to watch shit that the PBC produces, this is your moment to shine. Tell me all about Frank Sanchez defeating Joey Duejeco by unanimous decision, 98-92, 100-90 twice, in what appears to be a lopsided bullshit victory.
It was, man. It was quite the snoozer to kick off the broadcast. That's for damn sure. Like I was kind of half-assedly watching the prelims on the UFC card while I was trying to concentrate on this like boring ass heavyweight fight. It was pretty obvious that Sanchez could have gone in for the kill a few times. That dude, that Joey, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He was pretty stubborn, man. He was taking a lot of shots and he can take this shot. It doesn't look like Sanchez ever committed to anything, like as far as like trying to take him out or even like cornering the fucking dude. He didn't cut off the ring at all. But he's a Cuban fighter. They're not gonna take a lot of risks. They're the kinds that are totally okay with going on points. And sure enough, that's exactly what he did.
There you go. Which takes us to the main card where Andrew jumped on board, and let's get straight to it. More excitement out of the PBC, Andrew. Let's talk about Shamalama Ding Dong versus Shamalama Ding Dong, Andrew.
Can we just call him like Nigerian AJ? Just it's easier because he got AJ in his name.
But they're Go
ahead, Andrew.
No, ain't AJ, doesn't he claim where he's from in Africa though too? So that's even hard. I think they're both from there. Yeah.
All right, Andrew, tell me your feelings on Nigerian Anthony Joshua.
Well, I mean, you can go off what basically they're saying all night. He needs time, right? He's like a Deontay, poor man's Deontay Wilder, because he doesn't have the Olympic bronze medal, I guess, attached. Yeah, he just a lot of firepower there. Really needs to work on his defense, though. Got him out of there late.
Yeah, why did it take him so long? I didn't watch it. Wow, what was that phantom punch action happening at the end of the fight? Well, I'm done.
I think they kept complaining about he wasn't throwing enough combinations, Lee. Being very, the 1-2-1-2. He was just trying to get him out of there. Guzan, I believe, kept saying if he would have just added a third punch to his combos, he probably would have been successful a lot earlier.
Okay, I turn it over to you, Miggs. The Nigerian Anthony Joshua. Tell me all about it.
Well, I mean, like I was slightly more entertained because I have seen, we've all seen a couple of his fights. So I was thinking, all right, well, he's going to be able to take this guy out. This Raj, I can't even pronounce his opponent's name, Raj Van. He got smoked by Ortiz. So I was like, all right, cool. Then fucking, Nigerian AJ should be able to literally whoop his ass and mop the floor with him. Well, it didn't turn out that way. Although it did kind of seem like Raz Van, I don't know how to pronounce his name, was looking for the door. Like every single time he would get hit, he just kind of would complain. That was this one weird instance where he had his he threw a punch and then they clinched and then Nigerian AJ got his back or something, and then Raj Van did this weird ass face to the referee like he was completely terrified or some shit. Or what the fuck was that? Did he think he was gonna get hit in the back? He wasn't even protecting himself. It looked like he was just looking for a door, and he was looking for a reason to quit basically. And Nigerian AJ gave him 11 rounds or 10 rounds. I don't even know how long the fight lasted, but it was bad. It was bad.
11, I think it was 11 when he finally took a knee.
Yeah, there you go. And honestly, I don't even think it was so much the fact that he was hurt by that. I think his eyes were swollen and they were tender as shit. So any punch, like he was just like, okay, this fucking hurts. Fuck this. I'm just gonna take a knee. So I don't even think he was really stunned, honestly, to the point where he had his bell rung or anything. I think his face was just, tender as all hell, and any punch that would barely graze him, he'd be like, oh fuck, that should hurt. So I think he just took a knee afterwards, and the referee's like, all right, bro, fuck this. I'm calling it a day. But another snoozer for PPC.
This was his 5th loss in his 6th fight. The only guy he defeated was 5-13.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, I think he's used to losing. He knew what last night was about and took a knee.
Yeah, got the paycheck.
Yeah, they need to probably send in his papers. And I don't know if this guy deserves to be on TV anymore. Not because he quit either, just because this is his 5th loss in 6 fights, right? So, this time to move on.
Yeah, exactly. Once I realized it was the same guy who got totally smoked by Ortiz, I was like, all right, well, he's not going to last long. Well, he lasted longer than I thought, so I'll give him a little bit of credit. But yeah, dude doesn't deserve to be on TV. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I turn it over to you, Dan Rayfield. What did you think about the fight? Really? I got a commercial? This is what happens when you get an app. Hold on. Dan Rayfield has a commercial when he's not speaking. Okay, hold on.
If a black man wanted my food, I would be scared too. I love big black men.
Thank you, Dan Rayfield. There you go. That's the best I could do humor-wise for that bit. All right, let's turn to the main event. Andrew told me to turn on the TV. He forced me. And happily, I complied. And here's why. Andrew asked me at the top, what did I think about the fight? Before the fight started, let's start right there. I will give my pick. Andrew asked me at the top via text, what did you think? We were kind of watching the first round. I said, well, if the Norwegian Nightmare, yes, that's his nickname, fought like somebody owed him money, I would really like to get behind him in Helenius. I said, however, short of a miracle knockout, he's not going to get a decision, and it's Kownacki's night. That's the guy they're building up, which is what I texted to Andrew. Andrew, before the fight started, were you taking Kownacki or Helenius?
Oh, I was taking Kownacki. Helenius was, he's I think been knocked out on all of his defeats. Never really made it over here. This was his big moment. So no, I had no faith in him going up against Kownacki. Hey, I had faith after round 2, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, when he stunned him real quick. Holy shit.
Yeah, he couldn't hurt him. Kownacki was kind of like, not Kownacki. Helenius is kind of smiling. When Big Boy is throwing his combos, he hits him and he's not getting hurt. Bam! He starts landing his right hand. Woo! Hey, Lee, when I text you, I felt the tides turning right there. He can't hurt him, and boy, did he fucking get him in the middle of an exchange. Hey, it's the year of the big white dude. What's going on here? What is 6'7"? Another 6'7" we have to deal with.
Yeah, I think I actually responded during text. I said that is the skinniest big man I've ever seen. Like he reminds me. There's a guy that is in the UFC, Sturvine, who's a heavyweight. I got his name right. It's Sturvine, right?
Yeah, Sturvine.
They call him the Death Stick.
Stefan
Struven. There you go. Right, and talk about big guys that are super thin that all use technique, and we saw it play out. Miggs, before the fight started, what did you think the outcome of the fight would be?
Oh, I was totally expecting, Kownacki to get it, or Kownacki. I heard him say Kownacki. He actually said it. I posted it. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I figured that's what it was. I've seen a similar name before. But anyway, I posted it on my Instagram. I was just like, keep an eye out for this guy because, should he come out with a win like he's expected, he may throw his name into the mix of the top of the heavyweights. And then this shit happens. I was like, oh, fuck, what the hell? Like, that was a total 100%, dude. I was like, all right, Dad, we're going to see this guy. We've seen him before because me and my pops saw his last fight, or I think it was last fight with Areola, and it was entertaining as all hell. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, we're going to tune in and catch this guy. Shit, yeah. And then this happens, and we're like, well, so much for that.
Okay, so let's – oh, I'm sorry, Dan. Hold on. Dan wanted to give his prediction for the fight.
I was taking a Chicago deep dish pizza and meat and more meat and more food and a buffet and another pizza.
Thank you, Dan Rayfield, for chiming in. You really should watch your weight. I mean, you can't even speak anymore, bro. All right, let's get to the fight, Andrew. Andrew's going to get tired.
Problem for him was he was already in the top 10. Last year, they wanted him to fight AJ for $5 million.
Yep. We're back to joining us on the show is the Steven Espinosa calculator.
Baby.
There you go, Andrew. So, Kownacki, we want you not to fight Joshua. And we want
$5 million.
$5 million. No, pass on it. Right? We want you to make
because he's out of shape.
He's out of fucking shape. $700,000 a fight. And Andrew, based on the Steven Espinosa calculator, in 26 years he will make $5 million if he keeps fighting at this level. All right, I start with you, Andrew. How many years can the PBC keep fucking guys out of money?
I keep trying to tell them they got it. Yeah, we tried telling them. You just go to the archives. Fuck that. Lee, how many years have we been saying it?
Don King, actually.
Don King, some are going like, man, he is robbing these boys. You know that, right? He's telling somebody like in a retirement home that no one's listening to him. What the fuck? He had last year he had $5 million. I could have got him 10. So $5 million, you guys. They say no. The guy loses 2 fights later to a dude that's not even relevant in the heavyweight division.
I feel like we need to. Who is his heavyweight for the WBC? Ruiz. I feel like we need to Google and find out that he's probably got like 20 million in the bank, or like even 5 million for that matter.
Lee. He made 2. He flipped the 2 fights, made him 20 million. Yes, sir. He made 5 his first and 15 in the next.
And this poor, fat, schlubby, Mo-looking fucker who just got knocked out last night literally had $5 million on the table to get knocked out by Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I'm trying to look up his purse for Areola. Hopefully he made big money.
No, dude, if he made more than $1 million, I will be shocked.
No, hell no. Just Areola? Hell fucking
no. He made $700,000 tops for the Areola purse. Tops. I mean, seriously. And here's the truth.
Adam Kownacki's net worth is $1.25 million.
Oh, that's so rad. That is really. It is a womp womp.
Adam Kownacki's purse per fight is $150,000.
Oh.
Yikes!
I'm telling you, Don King. Hey, he's like Al Heyman's making me look pretty good right now.
Only in America, Andrew. Only in America.
It's preposterous.
Preposterous. There's an old one. That's an old one, but a good one. Actually, I'm sure he looks at Al Heyman and goes, I don't know why you guys are calling me a criminal. I'm not even in the league of these guys.
like, have you guys seen this guy? That's what he's pretty much thinking right now.
All right, so we all watched the fight. I'll start off with the first hot take that I have on the fight, which was, Andrew, Kownacki is a very stupid, sloppy fighter who, in a very technical situation, just keeps coming forward, looking to bang big shots, thinking he's got a big chin. Tell me that I was wrong about my read on this guy. And clearly he was fighting schlubby-ass guys previously.
He only made I know, I'm stuck on the fuck. You guys, he only made $100K to fight Martin and Washington. He made $150K to fight Areola. I told you, he's this era's Don King, man. That's bullshit. He was supposed to make $5 million. $5 million for one fight.
Yeah, and he didn't because he was out of shape. It's like, dude, you're a freaking boxer. You stay in shape, bro. What the fuck?
Stay in shape. He didn't look like he was in shape last night. Like, fuck that.
True. Yeah, he didn't look like he was either.
For $5 million, you get on that scale. Bro, this is what they fight for. They're prize fighters. They fight for the biggest purse. That they come from nothing to fight for something. That's $5 million. Who the fuck talked him out of that? You're a great salesman.
Yeah. That was bad.
You can buy a lot of tacos for $150,000.
Hey, yo, did I not tell you? Fucking Andy Ruiz is supposed to be the poster child for the rest of these guys that have some kind of career left.
I'm not shitting on Ruiz ever again. I'm not going to shit on his Alberto's order in the Bentley. I'm not shitting on his mansion. I'm not shitting on the naked sushi party.
And he has another mansion, Lee. He bought another one in L.A. It's overlooking Hollywood.
Good for him. He
Yes,
wins.
sir.
You
Yes,
know what?
sir.
At least he got out of the PBC, unlike Kownacki, who they were building up to be a boy toy for Deontay Wilder. And clearly, here's the best part about the PBC thing that's going on. I love watching their empire fall by putting on shitty fighters and they're beating all their top talent. Sorry, I was happy. I've been happy every single time at every single event that I've gone to where, a herd, like all these guys that they literally built up in the welterweight division, the minute they step up to somebody that they didn't plan for correctly, comes and steals the show, or they don't get the vote their way. Andrew, are we now hearing the bell ring for the end of the PBC era?
If it isn't, like I said, these guys are either uneducated, they don't see what's happening in front of them, or Al Heyman is the greatest salesman that ever got involved in boxing, because that's what happened to that young man last night is a robbery. They took a lot of money from him. He's been doing main events on television that we know Al Heyman was double-ending the deals, making money off everybody on the cards. He's probably, well, we know he's making more money than the two guys in the main event.
Oh, yeah, combined. Hell yeah.
That's Don Kingish.
Yeah, definitely.
It happened right in front of their eyes. We kept saying it. We knew it on Deontay Lee. They were never going to make that money up. They're never going to make it up. How many times we say this shit? Now he's knocked out, and he's a few months away from having it.
He didn't even get knocked out good, Andrew. It wasn't like, oh, they went to war and Kownacki just
he got destroyed.
He got fucked.
Yeah, he got clipped right on the chin on that first knockdown that they didn't count as a knockdown. Which,
it was knockdowns. He was done right there.
Yeah, like once he got clocked, I was like, "What the hell was that? Was that a punch?" And then when the referee waved it off, I was like, "All right, I'll take the word of the referee. Maybe it was just a slip." And then he got tagged by like some punches that looked sort of light, and I was like, "Oh no, he got tagged that first time. Hell yeah," because he would not have gone down as some pity pat shit the way Helenius was landing with that second knockdown that was officially called the first. Once I saw that, I was like, "Oh hell no, this guy is like stiff legged as a motherfucker. That first one should have been kind of knocked down." But it's a moot point at this point. He got dropped or stopped anyway, so whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, final thoughts?
Final thoughts is, Helenius moves on. He'll get a shot. He's the mandatory. That's an easy fight. If negotiations stall, if AJ beats Pulev and negotiations stall, you'll see AJ fight Helenius. And there won't be nothing wrong with it because he won his mandatory, right? They'll hide behind that and the fight will get made and AJ will have another check. Big guy, but
he's a small heavyweight. He's
6'7". He's 6'7", and I don't know, when he lifted his arms up, Lee, he looked WWE-ish to me, but that's just me.
Look at his legs. I always go by legs.
Okay, I didn't look at his legs. No, you're right.
I go old school, right? You got to have legs in the heavyweight division. And
I didn't look at that. I was only looking at
look at his legs compared to Kownacki. Those are that's Stefan Struve style, man. He's got tiny legs. I don't know if he can take the big shot. And I'm not saying that Kownacki didn't hit him with the big shots, but the reality, I'm not sure that Kownacki was all that, and we just watched the guy get built up. That's basically
that's all it was, Lee. I mean, Kownacki had said, look, he went the distance with Areola and Charles Martin. Now, these are top heavyweights, but they're not the best heavyweights at that time. And he couldn't get them out of there, and he's supposed to be this up-and-coming star. So, and then last night, it was his fight. He's just fighting a bigger man. Like I said, his punches couldn't hurt. The guy's smiling at him after some of his punches landed. He knew he couldn't hurt him. And it was only a matter of time before his 6'7" right hand coming down was going to bust up Kownacki, and that's exactly what happened. It didn't take long either. That's what happens when big-ass men like that hit you. That's a terrible game plan if you're the smaller man. You know what I mean? To exchange and not have any head movement at all. It's a really hard fight to win.
Yeah, I completely agree. Miggs, final thoughts on the fight itself?
Well, disappointing. We were all expecting Kownacki to get the victory. I was watching. I started watching from the beginning, and right off the bat, I'm thinking, okay, well, we know Kownacki's style. We know he comes in basically chin first. Like he doesn't even bring his hands up. He just throws, and his face always passes his front leg, his lead leg, and he's always out there. And I'm thinking, all right, well, he's there to be hit. You don't have to go find him. He's there to be hit. And if this dude plays his cards right, this Helenius guy, he can tag him. He can tag him. I didn't legitimately think he was really gonna, but I was like, if he plays his cards right. And there was a point where I was thinking like Helenius was like getting a little tired, his hands were kind of dropping. I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. And I liked the few clinches that he did, that he executed. There were a few times where Kownacki's was like coming on, and he had Helenius up against the ropes, and Helenius was like clinching, and I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be one of those kind of fights. But it worked. He was able to like nullify Kownacki, and then when he had the chance with this fucking reach, he clocked his ass coming in. It was pretty much what he needed to do. He needed to keep him at a distance and catch him right in that perfect range, and he did. What the hell else can I say? Fuck the coronavirus. Fucking 2020 is killing PBC.
And to show you how low Helenius was as far as a contender, this is a man who was knocked out by Gerald Washington last year. Nobody gave Washington credit for the Helenius victory going into the Charles Martin fight. He's just not on the radar, and then he loses to basically a gatekeeper of America's heavyweight division in Gerald Washington, who's been knocked out, I think, 4 for 4 on his defeat.
No, wait, hold on, Andrew. But I'm going to put a spin on it because I like the heavyweight division. Let's all agree that the top 10, no matter what organization we talk about, right? Because I hear what you're saying, Andrew, and I want to back it up. But on any given night with the heavyweights, can't somebody with a big punch be the man?
Yes, but it's still Lee. It doesn't really happen. He was beat by Dillian White, and he was beat by.
I agree.
So almost every time he steps up in the rankings, he was defeated. So and Gerald Washington, like I'm saying, Gerald Washington's the gatekeeper of the American heavyweight side. He couldn't even get past that level. So there's a pattern here that made us seem Helenius was never going to make it into the top 10. He was never going to be in the top 5 or the champ. Last night, come on now, he beat a up-and-comer undefeated guy with 20 and what was his knockouts? 21 and 15.
Yeah, he only had like
that.
15 or 16 knockouts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very good record. Everyone had him connected to Deontay Wilder, right? So it was Kownacki's to lose, and he lost it. Helenius looked really good, though. Like, I'm dead serious. Because he has that stupid mandatory shot now, someone should give him a shot. That's a good fight to go after. They got the little Viking twist to it, too. You pump that up now. I mean, that would be a good sell.
Oh, yeah, white guy with big-ass tats, of course, man.
Right?
He's going to look pretty killer there standing next to AJ. Yeah.
He plays it right. He plays it right. He'll be on one of the spin-offs for Game of Thrones. Like, dead serious.
Oh, no. He's going to be on Vikings. He's already slated to be on Vikings. Look at him. He's just so Aryan and white and...
Aryan? No, he's a Viking. He's a Viking, sure, and now that the machine has him, watch what he looks like in his next performance.
Fucking white guy boxing. All right. Last question for you, Andrew. Actually, there's kind of two questions. I'll end it. I just feel that Deontay Wilder was somewhere watching Kownacki fights going, he's perfect. He's perfect.
Yeah. Yes, it was like one of those Apollo Creed moments where he's like, get me that guy. Get me that guy.
I'm going to snatch his soul.
Oh, yes,
the whole bomb squad is going to want a part of this guy. All right, last question. Is Al Heyman quietly shitting a bunny pellet, Andrew, every time one of his guys loses another fight?
He has two hats. He has a PBC, we always thought, and he has a manager hat. So hopefully he just switches over to his manager hat. And as long as they're under contract, they can work this thing out. Obviously, that's looking for the biggest fights here on out. Kownacki's problem is he's done. There are no big fights. His big fight was last year against AJ.
His next fight is against Chris Areola again. Like he doesn't.
Exactly. A rematch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's the guys that he has left and the guys that are close to being done with him as a manager.
Just like watching that part.
that you would see. You know, we're gonna have to see if they're re-signing with Al Heyman after this next go around. On the outside looking in, I'm gonna say no. I think now you have to look at Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum's contracts for these streaming apps that were offering serious money. Adrian Broner skipped $45 million with Rock Nation. Never made that money back. He never made it back, you guys.
Espinosa Calculator. I go to you, Miggs. Follow him, Fight Fan Miggs on Instagram. Is Al Heyman literally starting to ship bricks at this moment?
Well, actually, I agreed with the first comment. There were rabbit pellets. So I want to say bricks quite yet. I do think he's a little bit concerned. I think a little bit of, a small little stream of piss and, the pellets, the fucking rabbit pellets is what he's shitting right now. I think he is slightly concerned. I don't think he's overly concerned. Ultimately, he's like Andrew was saying, he wears both hats. So he's kind of double dipping, really. I don't think it's I don't think he's really that concerned. He's fine in his friggin' mansion wherever the hell he's at. He's good, because ultimately he's the one that's robbing these friggin' fighters blind. But I think he's starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel at this point. He's starting to see where the ride is going to end because of his guys going downhill. So I think he's slightly concerned, not overly concerned, but he's starting to perspire slightly, I would say.
Miguel, last year they were talking about the PBC selling. And
right.
This is when they had Deontay Wilder as the WBC champ. Andy Ruiz had just won the 3 titles off of AJ. They have Kownacki as a big time, he's the one looking to get the shot at Deontay. Like, they had players in the heavyweight division.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Fast
and
forward,
even welterweight too, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going to go with. The guys he has left, I think he seriously needs to start thinking outside of the PBC pay-per-view picture, because some of these dudes are passing up serious money, and you're at some point these fighters got to realize that the money coming from the streaming apps is better. It's guaranteed. So it's he's got to be a little bit nervous about because the PBC don't even look like it's. Look, Pacquiao is telling Eddie Hearn, I'm not with them. Mikey Garcia, we know, is a free agent, so they lost them too. Keith Thurman, I think, is injured. I don't even know what the hell Keith Thurman's doing. Haven't seen Keith Thurman.
Embarrassment.
Danny Garcia,
he's dying from embarrassment.
Danny Garcia gets announced in his hometown. Nobody fucking cheers. I know they're all Polish guys, but
wait, hold on. I'm going to say it again because this is where I need to insert it. Danny Garcia, the guy who bought all of his followers.
Hey.
I'll say it until my head explodes. I just don't tell a marketing guy what your numbers are, like Ryan Garcia or Danny Garcia, and tell me that you got all these followers. You fuck faces. I'll go check it. Okay. Just because most people won't look your shit up. I do. It's what I do for a living. And I'm going to tell you, Danny Garcia lived on, look at my big ass following of what, bro? On your best day, you could maybe get 5,000 people to follow you if you're lucky. He's sub-rate, Andrew.
I hear you, but so now he doesn't have a lot of the big guys that are in the welterweights. He has Spence. We'll see how Spence returns.
Quietly returns, please.
I gotta be honest. This is such a great ending. Like, I want to watch every PBC fight in just the last 15 seconds, just like this every time. A Jarrett Hurd. One of the Charlo brothers.
Or Williams just loses to fucking
Wilder. Yeah, no, it's great.
That blew up last year. Their whole grasp on that big super fight against Charlo and Hurd, or however they were going to do it, it blew up when everyone started losing. They all have defeats now. Now, it's a great fight. For us diehards, I want to see all those fights rematch.
Yeah, exactly. Losses or not, I want to see the fights regardless.
I want to see the fights, but now they're not Floyd. None of these guys are going to get paid Floyd money for them. So that fucking blew up.
Yeah.
There's my boy, Andrew. And lastly, before we turn this whole car crash of a fight off, let's turn to our newest correspondent. Yes, Dan Rayfield has a couple of words he'd like to say about Al Heyman. Go ahead.
I love Al Heyman. He gives me perfect coupons and white guys rule. Go, go, go. Build the wall.
Okay. Nice political statement, you racist fuck. See, Andrew, now I can make... Andrew, now I can make somebody else the racist.
Yeah.
Buffett.
Go to FightNetRadio.com, please. Support the show. Go to the page. Do you want to look at our numbers live on the air, Andrew?
No.
Oh, people are still going to our page. Way more than Bill.
That's good. That's good.
It's very good. Thank you, everybody, for supporting our page worldwide. We're still number 1 in Egypt with a bullet. So, to all of you in Egypt, please stop car bombing Americans. Thank you. Go to our Facebook, go to our shop, buy a t-shirt. Shout out to Jose Romero, who I think has bought every shirt that we own. I'm going to make a new shirt. If you don't know, we actually do have a real store, right? Click on FNR merchandise. I'm going to create a new t-shirt. Instead of, by the way, I still recommend the Shamalama Ding Dong model. It's still my favorite shirt. On the front is a hello, my name is Shamalama Ding Dong. And on the back is our logo, walking upright and fighting since 2006. And I've done that with my good friend, best friend, Andrew. Sadly, at this point, you're kind of my best friend. I know you wouldn't say that about me, but nobody else gets me. I'm going to redo the Bombsy Squad t-shirt to Bombsy Squad Lost. Does that make me a dick?
It's been a hard.
It makes you the truth.
And then on the back, under till this day, I'm going to put the date of his knockout.
Oh shit! Yes, till that date. Damn.
Till that date. Oh my God, Migs.
You would think that fight humbled him, and then he releases the "I Am Your King" video, and it's like,
you have no idea. And yet we have more to talk about this week. So coming out this week will be the Bombsy Squad Lost, and then on the back, till that day. Thank you, Migs. And then the date. And then I'm going to put the date of the knockout and the exact time of evening it occurred. So, is that shitty?
Breaking news. 26 minutes ago, because we were just talking about the junior middleweight division, Julian Williams has reportedly not activated his rematch clause with Jason Rosario, who took his WBA IBF super middleweight title.
Call him his right name. It's J-Rock.
No. That's actually Williams.
I'm pretty sure Julian Williams is J-Rock.
No. This is Jason Rosario. He just came out of nowhere, Lee. He had a good knockout power, but he was not supposed to win that fight.
I heard Julian Williams.
Julian Williams already lost those titles. It's been a real shit show over there.
To Rosario, right? To Rosario, he lost.
Yeah, Julian Williams lost to Rosario. Yes, sir. Is that who you're? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I was doing J-Rock. And
my
by
bad.
the way,
yeah, my bad.
Wait, hashtag PBC. All right, cool. Anytime I can shit out another loss by a PBC fighter. I'm done. I'm done with the PBC. Like, I thought there'd be a PBC app. I thought these guys would jump on board. I thought, look, we all know, I don't want to say his name, Andrew, because you know it'll wake him up and he'll jump on the phone line. But a friend of ours who has been very kind to us, who may be one of the oldest promoters, he doesn't know big words, right? Mm-hmm. We all realize that if HBO didn't want to take that Pacquiao fight, we wouldn't be living in the ESPN/DAZN era that we live in right now. And the thing that I'm kind of fascinated by, I'm a fucking genius. Bob, how do you even, do you just keep the phone line on every Sunday at 8:30? How? I don't sleep. I do cocaine. I eat soup. I have hookers.
He drinks soup. Have
you ever watched him eat in the press room? It's actually fascinating.
No, I haven't. I have not done. I'm not sure if I even want.
It's literally like watching a caterpillar eat. Andrew, we live in a remarkable age, right? I've talked about it for 5 years. We now can stream whatever we want. We literally, Andrew. And Bob, calm down, Bob. I can feel you pushing the button. Bob Arum got the gift of the gods by HBO saying, we don't want Manny Pacquiao. We're done with this bullshit. We're done with your, it was a double, not a single terminology that he uses, right?
Yeah, and I mean, come on. The rumors are coming out on what they were about to offer. Eddie Hearn, Lee, and I think the networks knew their time was almost up in boxing. You're giving out $1 billion contracts
Listen, Andrew, it wasn't over. It wasn't.
Canelo, what did Canelo got? 350 million, or is it 364? Like HBO had never done anything like this. They might have made that in one night on pay-per-views, but they had never offered any contracts like this to these guys. They were out. They were absolutely out.
Andrew, can I tell you the greatest byproduct of me being the greatest Apple streamer of all time? What do they call it? An app and
Bob, wait, Bob, to HBO's defense, they had some of the greatest original shows made that were making a lot of money, right? Like Sopranos and Game of Thrones. These things generate Sex in the City went into 2 movies, right? So on that side, they're making way more money doing these original shows than they are off of these fighters that give us one great pay-per-view per decade.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're on their defense, maybe it was time to move on from boxing as well.
Andrew, I've had Sex in the City. I've had it. Great.
With the Soprano.
I did it after the John L. Sullivan. I did it after the John L. Sullivan fight. I did it. I had that. I think it was the last time my dick actually got hard.
Naturally got hard.
I just want to tell you this, assholes on Fight Net Radio and the stupid people who watch this video. And, I don't get the whole internet and the memes and the
the interwebs.
Whatever. What the fuck ever. Okay. Listen, I'm going to sell for $4 billion. I'm going to be the richest boxing guy in the history of boxing guys. So listen to me when I say this. Do you want to know the best part of everything that I've ever done in boxing?
Yes,
Anyone want to guess? Andrew, do you want to guess?
What's the best part you ever done? No, I don't know what it is. You've done a lot of good ones. I don't know what would be on top.
Miguel, Mexican guy, go ahead. Say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. It was getting rid of that shithead Jim Lampley. Let me tell you why it's great. Okay, let me tell you about getting rid of Lampley. Did you know that he fucked my wife? Anyone know that other than me?
Jesus.
Well, I had to pay him. Okay. And I was trying to get her, like guys, to have sex with her because who could get it up for that grilled cheese looking piece of vagina that I couldn't fucking do it to anymore. So I called Lampley, hey, go hit that shit. And he did. And I said, you took me up on it? Asshole, you're out of a job. If it's not today, 10 years from today, I'm telling you, Lampley, you're a fucking dead man.
Has anybody heard from Lampley since HBO ended?
I gave him concrete block shoes. He's fucking dead. People don't know this yet. And I'm not saying it was me. Certainly not. I'm not saying it was me.
I have a feeling Lampley asks about money every time he gets a phone call from a boxing outlet.
I think he had a contract. Okay, so it's like the WWE thing. I think he had a contract, and I think he quietly took his payout, and I'm sure he had like a 3 to 5 year contract.
He can't talk until then.
He's not going to say shit or do shit. But don't be surprised if this Olympic or the next Olympic, Lampley shows up doing the fucking ski jump, okay?
No, but we're even talking about boxing, bro. Like
I don't think you'll see him in boxing again. I'll bet you he has a no compete clause.
Because of money.
Because of money. Right.
They were talking about $15,000 per fight he was making.
I honestly thought he'd be like Costa at the end of the day. Like we'd just see him one day show up at like a World Series with Costa.
I definitely think that, Lee.
Right?
I think you probably hit it right on the head with the he had a buyout. He's got to play out before he can come back. But the Olympics,
would you like a payout of $20 million on your 5-year contract, but you can't talk boxing for the next 5 years.
If he knows anything about like golf, tennis, he's doing all of those. He's done them
all.
I think he's done them all. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, he will be back. Yeah.
There you go. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. If that's your first time listening to the show, that's kind of how this works.
Yeah,
and now we're on to
our knowledge.
This is the deep water, kids. This is where I start drinking because the show gets way out of control at this. I'm on. Today is, For those of you, get your drinking game on. Today's drink is New Amsterdam 100 proof vodka for this part of the show. You know you want it, Andrew, until the day I stopped drinking. Was the show better when I was not drinking?
But you kept saying you were going to stop drinking.
I know. My birthday's coming up, and I want to see what a birthday looks like.
That sounds like an alcoholic. My birthday's coming up, so I'm going to drink this morning.
Andrew?
Dad, Lee,
you've known me a long time. How many years did I have? I had 23 years.
26, man, and now you're like fucking off the rails. Now it's 9:18 a.m. and you're announcing what the drink of the day is.
9:18. The drink of the day is New Amsterdam 100 proof black label, $10 a bottle. And by the way,
that should be a commercial for them. What the fuck?
I know, right?
Are they not sponsoring us?
Are they not listening?
Be a part of the drinking game. I feel like I need to send it to the corporate sponsors. All right. I do want to say this on behalf of all of us. We did have a team meeting last week. We do appreciate all of you. I'm going to work on daily updates with either Miggs or Andrew, whoever's available. If not, I'm going to find the key story. Make sure you guys have more content for the ones who listen to our broadcast platforms. And what are you saying to yourself? Broadcast platforms? Shit, we have 100 of them, okay? But we are so fucking blown up on Facebook. It's almost ridiculous at this point. Andrew and I were talking about it last week. We just want to say thank you. And here's our gift to you. It is time for, Andrew, the news. Yes, let's get to the news. Andrew's favorite part of the show. Let's start right off the top, shall we? I hate the ads. All right. Evan Holyfield. What? He took on Dylan Carlson and got a win last night. Let's talk about young Holyfield, okay? I am fascinated with the young Holyfield character. I don't know why I am. I don't know why I'm taking for him. First of all, his spelling ability sucks balls, right? Spelling young Y-U-N-G like he is Asian.
Oh, geez. Like he's a rapper? What the fuck?
He can't even spell Holly right. He's got one L. I'm pretty sure if you're going to do Holly, it's Holly. I could be wrong. I might get emails. But Y-U-N-G-Holly, hashtag. I'll start with you, Andrew. When are we going to start taking notice of young Holly?
Yeah, he's got a. What's his record? I heard of him. He didn't
3-0 with 3 KOs, and last night he got 4-0 with 4 KOs. All right,
So he just had his debut. Right now they're feeding him meat. He's supposed to knock out all these guys if he's going to be anything that his dad was, because he's already missing a big part.
What's he weigh? 118 pounds? I mean, we all joke about.
No, I thought he's bigger. I don't think he's a heavyweight, but isn't he like a cruiserweight?
No, fuck. What? No, he's a
but he's up there though. He's like he's like 154. No, or super welter.
Look at the frame on this dude. Where are you putting another 50 pounds to get him into the heavyweight division? I'm sure that's what his dad's thinking. You need to eat more, son.
Well, some thought his dad was cheating too to get up to the heavyweight division.
We all thought that.
Maybe Evan is showing what his dad would have been if he would have done it naturally. You guys, you might want to cut him.
I want to break a story, Andrew, right here. I'm signing young Holyfield right now to a contract for 25 years and 200 pounds for the next heavyweight champion.
If he isn't signed by one of the big guys, you're absolutely right. Let him get to about 10-0 and he'll be picked up because he has Holyfield's last name. I mean, and you just got to keep knocking people out and they'll grab them.
Can you name which brings up a great question, all right? Because you guys are both nerds. And so I'm going to nerd out with you first, Andrew. Tell me a second-generation fighter who hasn't fucking disappointed us outside of, and I'm going to put a caveat on this because there seems to be only one, because I'm convinced that Kostya Tszyu literally trained his child.
Oh, yes, Tim.
Oh, come on. He's still bottom feeding, though, too, Lee. You can't really say that.
He's got Jeff Horn next, right? I think, I don't know if they've already fought. But
Jeff Horn, he's going to make a name. So, Andrew, name a second generation with the last name that actually performed.
Yeah, no, I think you would start with only Ali. Layla came out and did good for her father. I know it's
You're going to get Leon. You're going to get Leon. I can't even think of a character for this. You know how much I hate Ali.
Why? Why do you hate her? What did she do
Because
wrong?
she never fought anybody. She never fought anybody. Her boxing skill was subrate.
She didn't know if Lucia Riker was a female.
She married well. She married well.
She just
and
wanted
that's
to
where she made her money.
She just wanted to test the sex. Okay. She wanted to know if she was a legit female, and Lucia Riker didn't want to do it. So that's a safety thing. That's a safety thing.
Is it wrong of me to base my picking on female fighters on whether or not they have an actual vagina?
Define wrong.
Right. Like, I think it would be the greatest issue of Playboy ever. The vaginas of the female boxing division.
The boxing vaginas.
All right. So you take Layla Ali. I'll go to you, Miggs. Who is the best second generation fighter?
Man. Well, I mean, like, in regards to popularity, we know Chavez Jr. was huge, and they gave him a shit ton of, like, a bunch of breaks, basically. Not just the promoters, but also the athletic commissions, cutting corners everywhere they could with that motherfucker. So as far as, like, actual financial success goes, as far as, like, financial success, well, I would say, Chavez Jr.
For newsmaking, we could do a whole show on newsmaking second generation, okay? But
doing weight negotiations the day before the fight.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah, not providing samples.
Heavy. Hey, can we give you $1 million? All right, let's do a fight.
I mean, we'd have to make an argument that the greatest second generation fighter of all time, as much as we make fun of him, hate him, love him, like him, make fun of him like I do, obsess about him nightly, thinking of new jokes, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is the biggest second generation fighter of all time. Period. I make my case. If he gets an award at the Boxing Hall of Fame, it's going to be because you're the most talked about ever second generation fighter.
That's really it, though. It's not accomplishments, Lee.
No, not even that. Or what he's done in the ring.
He
no,
beat
not even.
Matthew Hatton on a vacant title shot
for his belt. But okay, so he's actually got titles, but let's base it on.
No, he has one title.
Well, yeah, and he stole it, and they made a Netflix documentary about him being a douchebag and his godfather stealing his title. That's not the point, okay? And by the way, check out the documentary on Netflix, changed my life and made me hate the Suleiman family all the much more. But really, when we talk about the second generation gap, right, where these guys are, well, in Evander's case, 26 kids, I'm shocked there's only one.
Oh, shit, right? Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. Right? But Chavez Jr. was hold on. Chavez Jr.'s kid was the middleweight champion. We could shit on that all we want.
No, Lee, hold on though. You're
and so wait, hold on. I'm going to qualify it too. So was Sergio Mora.
And he beat Matthew Hatton on a vacant title shot. Look, if you want to give Chavez Jr. any credit to being almost a contender in the boxing world, you got to give him the 12th round of the Sergio Martinez fight. That's his golden moment.
He beat Andy Lee too. I mean, I guess he sort of beat Andy Lee too. So I guess that's one recognizable name that's relatively legitimate. But other than that, yeah, that's and then that 12th round, of course, with Martinez.
And I believe he weighs 218 pounds when he beats Andy Lee on one of those funny negotiations that happened before the fight.
And where he doesn't provide a urine sample, he just fucking books it from the arena. Jesus Christ!
You come on now, hold on. Yeah, it could be Chavez just because of who his father was.
By the way, look at the
not on accomplishment.
Andrew, FYI, in the Jacobs fight, he's got rave hair in the Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah,
fight.
you got to remember. You got to remember this guy was being paraded around all of California, Texas, as at the Chavez Senior Tour, goodbye tour. That's how Chavez gets his popularity. It's on his dad. So
last name. It's the last name. Yeah.
It's the last name. Yeah,
that's how we know the Mexican national anthem. Are you kidding? It's based on Chavez.
Chavez Senior, yes, sir.
Yes, my God, how many times have I gotten to the MGM Grand and sung along with a bunch of people going, "No, really, don't kill me. I'm white." It isn't for his lack of boxing skill. I think it's for his "I'm a complete fucking lunatic" antics. But let's compare him to Adrian Broner. Who's more successful? Adrian Broner, right? Let's put it comparatively speaking. We talk about Adrian Broner on this show a lot, Andrew, right? Chavez Jr. is right there in the discussion for complete fucking car crashes who can get a fight any day of the week.
But Broner did it on his own name, so that's hard. You got to look at celebrities. Guys
you don't know he didn't blow Al Heyman. You don't know that.
No, I'm pretty sure. Dude, there's no way he's going to continue to get like big payday, high profile fights, Broner I'm talking about, and continue to lose them and then keep getting them without fucking blowing them in. Like, dude, every time I see them,
my thing with that is we're never going to know what the percentage was their boss is taking from them, correct? He gets a manager's fee and he gets a PBC fee, most likely, right? You get some kind of tax from the PBC's got to make their money too. We're not going to know what those numbers are until these guys start going bankrupt, lawsuits come out, right? The whole Don King thing.
Yeah.
Give me the whole, he paid me $3 million, but he was taking 35% or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's after taxes. Or this is when all that shit's going to come out. But on paper, he overpaid a lot of these fighters in the last few years. Everyone in the boxing world is like, how are these guys making this? But we don't know what their guy was taking from them. So we'll see. Time will tell. Looks like
I don't
it's
know.
coming to an end anyway.
It's a good discussion. Look, it's a good discussion because I don't think that we've ever had it. But I appreciate both of you. What, Dan? Okay.
Horn low. Do. Drink.
Okay. It's not quite as cool as having the fucking party horn. I'm just going to be honest. There's no way to really make that work.
I wonder if Dan Rayfield liked Pacquiao fights better or Mexican fights because of the buffets. Do you think he gauges off of buffets? Does he want tacos?
When I originally wrote the first when I first talked to Dan, did I say right text? When I first talked to Dan about what he was going to say, he wanted to point out that he had destroyed a chair with his ass. But
hey, he does have respect in the boxing world, though, huh? You got to give Dan that. And one of his, in this day and age, in one of the saddest moments of his career, nobody has. I haven't seen it one time. So hey, at least the boxing world's pretty cool.
Wait, hold on.
Maybe I have the sound of it. I've actually located it, and I'll send it to you guys.
Oh my God, you do?
Seriously,
I got
it.
Intro to the show. You got to isolate it,
dude. You got to hear it. Oh my gosh! Hear him talking because his low like.
I say we play it live, Lee. Live.
Get it out.
You find it live.
Can you do it? Hold on. What, Dan? What do you?
Can you find the sound live? Do you think?
Once again by Dan Rayfield.
I don't know. I mean, it's because like I was recording that freaking what was it? That expert panel before the weigh-ins, and it was like during a segment where Devin Haney had the mic, and then that's when I was recording. I was just like, all right, I'm just listening to what Haney's saying, and then to my left just goes like. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell was that? And I turned to see, of course, but I'm over here concentrating on freaking recording Haney, whatever it is he's saying. I'm pretty sure I could find it, but I don't know if I can do it right off the bat. I mean, it's on the phone that I'm on right now.
If you try to find that time, we have to go back and see if there was any earthquakes at that time.
Yes. Where were the epicenter of that?
Awesome. They had a little shaker right around the time Dan hit the floor.
Whoa. Yeah. I just got a beep in my ear from Dan Rayfield, who's been listening to all of this. What do you have to say, Dan?
I age all cities by perfects. The quality of the chair I sit in, and my wife hates me. She fucks the walker.
Wow. There's a revelation. Dan Rayfield's wife fucks the dog walker.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, because he can walk for another reason, but because he can actually walk.
You have not had a Dan Rayfield experience yet, Migs, but trust me when I say this. When his arrogance rolls up on you and he whips out a statement like, of course I know who the promoter is. All right, fucking take a deep breath, bro. I'm just telling you where he is, shitbag.
I've had a mini Rayfield moment. I was walking around asking for interviews like last year, and I was like, "Hey, Dan," and he's like, "No, I'm done. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, right.
I haven't even asked what I was about to ask you, and he just walked by. I mean, I assume the dude talked for like 10 minutes straight, and maybe he's gassed out. I get it. But it's just like, damn, bro. All right. I'm sorry, man. And he's like, no, I'm done. Like, okay, whatever, bro. Sorry. Shit.
I'm telling you this right now. My goal in life is to do a Dan Rayfield ad because I think he's so oblivious to boxing and to other shows that I honestly think I can get a Dan Rayfield interview and then ask him Sacha Baron Cohen type questions like, listen, mate. So we're doing a show.
When was the last time you saw your people?
When was the last time you actually had a meal?
He's like, I'm having one right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. No, he's not going to say that. Like, listen, mate, have you ever seen your Peter?
Yeah.
Like, I would do all that shit, but I guarantee that would be our last day in the fucking press room. Like, it would literally, like, I would literally shit on every credential that day forward because I actually know this. ESPN, Dan Rayfield, and boxing all go together like chocolate, peanut butter, and the wrapper, for God's sakes. Let's move on. Huey Fury stops Pavel Sauer. Huey Fury is trying to make a name for himself. Huey Fury, 24-3 with 14 KOs, showed a different looking. Oh my God, they wrote it wrong already. Fuck Tim. Andrew, for the record, here you go. I don't just give you a hard time. Tim Reiner of Boxing News 24 already fucked a goat on this one. By Tim Reiner, Huey Fury, 24-3 and 114 KOs, showed a different look in fighting with a. Oh no, I thought it was looking. All right, my bad. Look in fighting, a lot of aggression, and stop Pavel Sauer. Oh no, he did it. Is this not the biggest run-on ever written? Like, that's a 5-line sentence. What? Where do people go to college?
Community college.
All right, here we go. Showed a different look in fighting with a lot of aggression, comma, stopping Pavel Sauer, period. In the third round of a scheduled 10-round fight on Saturday night, period. That fight occurred in Manchester Arena in England. Why am I writing these guys? I'm not even, my grandfather was the English degree, but I'm telling you, this is a poorly written sentence. Fury, 25, knocked out Sauer down with chopping right hand to the side of his head. Really? Chopping? You went with chopping. Chopping right to the side of his head in the third round. To get a stoppage, the referee, Steve Gray, halted the contest. Sauer was knocked down with a right hand from Fury late in round 2, period, randomly. Sauer didn't recover from that. I would have just written period there. It was easy prey for Fury. I'm like rewriting this guy. I can't even do it anymore because his fucking grammar sucks balls so bad. By the way I said it, did it not sound better than what you guys were reading on the screen? I'll do another one just for you. The main difference between obviously is the power. What?
What the fuck?
Andrew, am I wrong?
I don't see anything. Your screen is not on my screen.
Oh, you're telling me
have a great meeting.
Oh, there you go. All right, that's fine. I didn't share the screen. Sorry, that's on my bad.
Yes, sir.
Regardless, there was a comment needed there.
No, wait, I'm showing you guys the screen. I'm not making this shit up. The main difference between obviously, I can't go any further than this sentence, Andrew. The main difference between obviously, what? Is that like a verb and an actual, like, I don't even know the grammatical sentence. All right, I'm going to try this with you. Andrew, read that sentence.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't have a screen. It says new meeting and have a great meeting.
No, hold on. There. Better now?
There you go.
Okay. Cool. Read that sentence.
The main difference between obviously. Yes, you are correct.
Okay. Does that sound wrong in your head?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Miggs, do you want to try it? Because I think I'm being too hard on, what's his name? Because I'm going to shit all over him. Tim Reiner.
Oh, okay. Is this? Oh, this is boxing news. Oh, dude, they let anybody fucking put the shit on there.
Okay, go ahead.
They let my ass
You read this sentence because Andrew and I have done this for way too long. Am I wrong about? Look, this is the worstly.
Oh, wow. Jesus!
I can run for president. The main difference between obviously is the power and the superior accuracy Lewis had on his shots. Huey was missing too often tonight as he had poor eyesight. How do you know? Were you there at the fucking eye exam, dickhead? But when Huey finally did land his right, he had Sauer down on both occasions. This is how Huey is going to need to continue. Oh my God. 2-2-2.
Fuck writers.
fuck, writers. This is so wrong. Okay. Going to need to continue to really.
Oh.
We haven't done one of these in a while, have we, Andrew? This is how Huey is going to need to continue to fight if he wants to turn his career around, because it's not working for him to be a finesse level fighter. This is the greatest sentence ever in bad writing history. Like, there's so many things wrong in this sentence. Like,
you're a dick.
I know we joke about am I smarter than a fifth grader, but this is the main difference between obviously. I feel like Gordon. I swear to God, I feel like Gordon Ramsay in this more. Right? Am I the only one who watches Gordon Ramsay and go, "It's a fucking scallop, you fucks"? Right? 3 minutes on one side. The main difference between obviously is the. And by the way, for anybody listening, you can go to Boxing News 24, look up Fury stops Pavel, and by the time you listen to the show, to the time you get here, right? I don't want to break it to you. They will have corrected this, because Andrew and I have done this a million times, and we've watched them physically correct their typos. Like, this sentence should just be eliminated. I literally can't let this section go. This is how Huey is going to need to continue to. It might be the Amsterdam talking, Andrew, but
chances are, yeah.
Just a little.
Wait, Andrew, does Fury need to continue to follow to walk to get a pizza to? What do you think? I'll start with you, Andrew. Second generation yet again seems to be the theme of this show. Tell me all about what you think about Huey.
Well, nothing to think about. He's lost to Povetkin, Pulev, and Parker. So, seems like every time they put him in the top 10, he doesn't know how to respond. Sounds a little bit like Bobby Pacquiao to me right now. So, I think he's just getting fights on who is, I believe his cousin
on that last name. Right,
well,
I think so. Like a first cousin.
What's his other job, Andrew? He could go deliver milk like somebody's other famous brother. Oh,
well, no, he can fight like Bobby Pacquiao and get on the undercard of pay-per-views, hopefully, and make at least 100,000.
Yeah, watch out for that last name a little bit.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, I go to you, Miggs. What do you think of Huey Fury and what you've seen so far?
Well, I didn't even catch the fight. Was it on the undercard of was it like fucking Quigg and Carroll, I think. The fact that he's fighting on undercards, I don't know. I don't really see. I can't really like. What was the fight that he fought? That he lost recently, didn't he? Or maybe I'm thinking about another fucking another relative. But I haven't seen any of his fights, to be honest, man. Like, I see the last name and I'm like, is he really like the same? I didn't realize until later on that it was actually somehow related to fucking to Tyson. But I mean, I don't really have an opinion on him, man. Right now, he's not moving the needle,
That's because he's lost every time they've put him in with
they've showcased him.
Yeah. Pulev, Parker, Povetkin. That's it. You get 3 losses there, you're not coming across the pond. They got to get him a big win over there, and obviously Tyson, ESPN will bring him in. Yep.
Wait, breaking news.
Here we go.
Hello. Oh, shit. Got soup stuck in my throat. I'm announcing it right here on Fight Net Radio. I'm signing Huey Fury to a 27 fight for. Hold on. Let me do the math.
What's the biggest win on his record? Fucking Samuel Peter?
Shut up,
Mick.
Jesus.
I don't know who you are. You're new on the show. Shut up. I'm doing math with the Steven Espinosa calculator.
Handy dandy calculator.
$70 billion fight package for Huey Fury.
And he beat Peter in 2019.
I turn it over now to our newest correspondent, Dan Rayfield, who wants to comment on the whole thing.
I need to eat food, and to eat more food, and to eat to and more food to watch more boxing. I'm so packed too, I cannot open my eyes.
Thank you, Dan Rayfield. Glad you could jump on that joke with the rest of us. Moving forward, or this will be a 5-hour show. DAZN is expanding. Yes, I know. Why? Because FightNet Radio covers all the news. They're expanding into 200 different companies. Sports entertainment service DAZN, or DAZN, which is the way it should be pronounced, DAZN, said Monday it will expand into 200 countries, territory, and dramatically expanding its 9 from the 9 it currently is in, leading up to its first global live event. Canelo Alvarez taking on, to be announced at this point. I mean, nobody can really actually determine who he's fighting. The first phase of DAZN global expansion will, in fact, focus on boxing. Shocker. Building on the company's investment in the sport over the past 2 years and the international company, including Golden Boy Promotion, Matchroom Boxing, Triple G Promotions, fighters such as Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin. The company said, see, this is what you do when you hire a real fucking PR service. Like the sentences actually work. You can read them verbatim. Fighters such as Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, period. See, they put them in the right place. The company said this will be part of the robust year-round portfolio of premium fight and original programming on the new service in English. By the way, for the record, for everybody who wants to shit on me, I am dyslexic and I can still tell your shit sucks when you guys write bad. Let's talk about DAZN expanding their product. The industrial global, I don't know what they are, a lubricant company, an oil company who invested. I've seen this in a lot of apps that are doing streaming services. They make millions of dollars either dredging for or fracking for oil. They open a streaming service to launder money. And by the way, I'm saying that all aloud, and I will also say the word alleged, but why would industrial companies like DAZN, and I have actually had meetings with others who want me to create content for them, I will say this safely, I get what you're doing. It's kind of funny. But I start with you, Andrew. 200 companies for the DAZN product. What's that mean to boxing to you, Andrew?
Well, I don't know what it means for me personally. I already got DAZN in my house, so for everyone else, it's a good thing because they get boxing now where I guess where DAZN fights weren't shown, even though they're probably streaming it some other way. At least now,
yeah, exactly.
I guess now they can pay for it if they want. One thing DAZN needs to work on while we're on DAZN is I'm tired of this thing loading. I do not have that problem with the ESPN app. Can watch the ESPN app fine, HD, it's clear as shit. For some reason,
Andrew,
DAZN.
You know what? I don't have that problem with VIPRow.me, and I just click on an event. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, I don't. I just click on an event and I just get it. I'm just going to be honest. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I totally hear you on that. That's what I mean by
right. So I've had the DAZN app, and it was, you guys want me to pay you X amount of dollars, but you're not giving me content. I'm more than happy video-wise to show the number of apps I pay for. But like if I'm on a Tuesday night, right, and I don't have the girlfriend over and I want to watch boxing or something, like at least with ESPN and some of the other apps, I can go watch classic fights. DAZN has jack diddly shit. Like it literally, I get to watch.
Let them build their.
Well, no, let's be honest. What do I get? I get Oscar's Fantasy Springs Casino fight card from a month ago. I don't want to watch that. I didn't want to watch it when it was live, or I would have requested a fucking credential for it.
Canelo's 10 fight deal, you'll probably be happy. There'll be a lot of kids that are happy with that deal. That's gonna be there. Who else? Who else fights under them? Haney is very young. Ryan Garcia is very young. You got to let it build.
Yeah. Triple G, he's kind of on the way out, but I mean he's under there.
Yep.
No, I don't disagree with you.
I think that's what they're missing. What you're talking about is something that
it's history.
Top Rank has years on.
Yeah, it's the video library.
Don't get me wrong. Like the reason I pay $10 a month to the WWE, right? I get a monthly pay-per-view. I actually get 2 at this point, but they create new content. You think DAZN is creating a level of like they're not going out like Netflix and buying famous fights. Like maybe if they had the entire history of Jack L. Sullivan or
I know Top Rank holds a lot of them.
Wait, By the way, and if I wanted Jersey Joe, yeah, actually, Bob probably does. But if I wanted to watch the entire history of Jersey Joe Walcott, right, I got a better shot on YouTube. I got to be honest. And I get it for free. So what's DAZN bringing to the table for me if I want to learn the history of boxing?
Yeah,
Nah,
that's a
that's
good
not
question.
what kids are watching for. Sorry. They're watching for their fighters.
I don't
bro.
want to break it to you, Andrew.
No, there's a whole generation of kids that are going to watch the Canelo fights. There's a whole generation of kids that are going to watch the AJ. No, that's all this is about.
All right. So do you want to know what the number one question is every time I have a discussion about doing actual radio or broadcasting on another platform? Number one question.
Demographic. Your demographic.
No. Actually, I know our demographic, but that's not the number one question. Number one question is, do you have a catalog? Do you have a history?
Yeah.
Second question is
They're
demographic.
young. They're young.
How much content can you put up on our channel, right? We'll put you on our platform. How much catalog do you have? I got to be honest. We've been doing it since 2006. It's over 1,000 episodes. We've had millions and millions and millions and millions of downloads and streams. And that's not me fucking jacking off on the show just to show off, which would be a first. The reality is DAZN is this industrial company that dumped a lot of money into a streaming app to put soccer on. They met Eddie Hearn. They put boxing on. Eddie Hearn decided he wanted to be in America, went after the American audience and dipped their toe. And honestly, the international audience is going to be about the fucking soccer, not the boxing.
Yeah. I mean, and they have American sports too.
Oh, so. Sorry for my friends in Australia and, of course, our correspondents. Football, mate. It's football. No,
football, rugby, basketball.
And by the way, they do have also Bellator MMA, which is kind of the reason I have it, because I don't have the Paramount network on my Dish network subscription, so I have to go to DAZN or DAZN to watch Bellator. So they do have MMA as well. The Bellator has gone to like Israel. They have gone to Ireland. They've gone to Hawaii. But anyway, they're trying to be as global as possible because they have done it. I would say, fighting is another thing. I mean, not just boxing strictly, but MMA, Bellator is there on DAZN. So.
Let's move forward. I think we beat that dead horse. The Brian Campbell, who I'm actually a fan of, at B Campbell at CBS on Twitter. Boxing legend Roy Jones takes issue. By the way, this next section, I feel like when I get to these spots where I know I'm going to chop it up and turn it into a clip for the internet, this is the Deontay Wilder continued meltdown section of the program. My name's Lee Honish. That's Fight Fiend Miggs. Follow him on Instagram and Facebook. And that guy over there is one of the best writers that I have ever known. Andrew Labouche should be in the Boxing Writers Hall of Fame, but he won't believe that. Shut up, Dick. I'm fucking talking you up. All right. I heard it. What? Why are you shitting on it? I've read your stuff.
Everyone's tired of everyone taking issue on Deontay Wilder too.
I get that. And I get that we were first, and I get that Miggs got his first taste this week after being an on-air guy of seeing everybody steal his takes. I hope you saw it, Miggs, because if you didn't, it was quite legendary this week. Everybody seemed to sound just like us this week, Andrew, when it came to Deontay Wilder, including Saturday Night Live. So let's start right there. Boxing legend Roy Jones is now jumping on board, taking issue with Deontay Wilder. Once again, as the future Hall of Famer, former broadcaster, and current promoter. See what a good writer looks like? Look at him use those commas. Graceful. As a future Hall of Famer, former broadcaster and current trainer and promoter, by the way, you can't do this. This is wrong, Brian. This, I'm not saying I'm an English professor, but you can't, and it doesn't work. But boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has experienced just about every, it's a run on, Brian. That's a bad sentence. That's a bad sentence.
You put commas in there, so.
I did. He did, but you can't and he did. Look, he ended and he ended and then comma. You can't do that. It would have been a comma. Former broadcaster, current trainer, and promoter, Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. Do you want me to rewrite it correctly for him?
No.
Well,
Let's just get on.
because we're here. As future Hall of Fame fighter,
making
former broadcaster, current trainer, and promoter. No, it would have been promoter, and boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. He is a boxing legend. By the way, for those of you who got a Roy Jones Jr. t-shirt when we had him autograph for everybody, Andrew has one. I have one. And we gave one away or two away to fans. You guys are idiots. Where's your shirt right now, Andrew?
I don't know. And I think hanging in my closet, probably.
Oh, my God, you dick. If I gave you a Roy Jones
I'm not
Jr.
wearing it.
autographed, well, I don't mean that. You didn't fucking frame it?
Oh, no. Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, wait,
you go.
you're wrong.
Better story.
I did.
Fucking killing me. You know how humbling it is to ask for autographs as a media guy long after a fight, so it's not media related, and buy their shirts?
Yes. Yep.
Like I did everything correctly and waited hours to make that right. All right, let's see. What did Roy Jr. say about Deontay Wilder, who fucking melted his shit this week? Mark Breland was highly concerned about his fighter. He saw he was beaten, had been wilted, and was done. Wow, good conversation. I like that word, wilted. He was wilted.
Yep.
Jones said to CBS Sports. State of Combat podcast on Tuesday. Mark did what he thought was best and tried to save him from future damage and allowed him to get back into the ring safely and sound. Go back, rebuild in the gym, and come back stronger next time. Not get completely taken apart and diminish the embarrassed further. I know there are some embarrassment after taking so much or talking so much about what you're going to do to him, and none of it happened. Mark was trying to save his fighter intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally. Really? Let's start right here. Andrew, do you think that Mark Breland was trying to save his fighter intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally?
No, he just was trying to save his fighter, Lee. That's all that was happening. The body language of Deontay Wilder was bad at that moment. So no disagreement. Everyone's just trying to cash in. Roy Jones, Tarver, George Foreman, they're all trying to cash in on the $25 million payday that's coming in Deontay's career, because we all know the trainers get a percentage. So whatever. I mean, Deontay wants to bring all three of them in. You should ask him to do it for free, just because they want to see him succeed, not because they want a piece of his money. But I highly doubt that would happen. So, and you guys, in 4 months, 5 months, nothing's going to change. He's not even going to test his new methods out. He's just going to go into the fight and go.
Exactly. He's capped, yo. He's capped. He's not going to get any better. Yeah. He's going to do that. He's going to pull off that, like, I'm back shit, and then he's going to do the exact same thing he's done the last 40 fights.
Hey, I even see him checking out earlier if Tyson Fury's everything that he looked to be 2 weeks ago. He's not going to want to take that beat down again. Look, people don't understand. The only thing Deontay's getting away with was that arm holding bullshit. Nobody is really saying, Deontay, what happened to your arm in the third round? Why'd you just start holding it like that was gone too? I don't know, Miguel, have you heard anything about the arm? I haven't.
No, I have yet to see. I mean, like, I have yet to hear anything about anyone mention anything. And I mean, like, realistically, if it didn't play a role in the fight, I don't think anyone's going to bring it up, especially not Deontay. His, grasping at straws was that damn suit, excuse. But I haven't heard anything about the arm. No. For me, that was body language. Like, he was telling his corner he's done. His ear's bleeding. He's on the canvas. He gets up. Now he's holding his damn arm. Like, that's body language. And no one has asked him what was going on in that moment where you were cradling your what was it, his left? I think it was his left arm. He was holding with his right. Was it after the knockdown? Because I'm starting to think if there was an issue, it was like him either blocking. Because when he landed on the canvas, I was like, oh shit, did he bring his hands up? Like, I wasn't sure which arm it was, because when Fury went for that right hand that didn't even really land that well, it kind of really caught Wilder's like left arm that he brought up. So I don't know if it was that or when he landed, because he landed like a fucking sack of potatoes. He landed, and I'm not sure if when he put his hands down, maybe that had something with his shoulder or something. I don't know.
The way he landed in the first knockdown, I think his arm was good. I want to relook the body shot. The body shot that sends him down, he puts his arms behind him, and you can hurt your hyperextend your arm or whatever when you hit that ground. If your arm's bent the wrong way. So that could have been it. I didn't think about that. No one's asked it. But what I'm saying is Breland is looking at his fighter, holding his arm. We know the ear is bad. I still don't believe the cut thing either. The ear is bleeding. He's been down twice, only counted for one. You got to throw the flag in. And people, if they weren't going to throw the flag in, the ref looked like he was about to stop this fight. Anyways, this was going downhill fast. All these guys that want to help him train now, I don't buy into it. I think they want his money. If any of them really cared about their training career, you would literally say 5 months is not long enough. I want him to skip that rematch. Then I can help him beat Tyson Fury. You're not changing a 34, 35-year-old in 5 months before his next fight against the best in the world.
Especially when he's like known for that right hand and known for that power. He's going to go, that's his instinct. That's his go-to. That's his bread and butter. He's going to go to it every single time, especially when he's in trouble. No, 5 months is not enough time to get out of those bad habits.
Nope.
We now turn to our newest correspondent. You guys knew this was coming. Dan Rayfield. Dan, please give us your feedback on this situation. Oh my God, hold on. Dan is typing. He's typing feverishly. Good God, Dan. You're an animal. All right. What do you got to say, Dan? Go for it.
Deontay has the brain of a peanut and sucks at boxing. I love peanuts. I eat them by the bushel. I also want peanut butter. Gallons on peanut butter. Oh, Deontay, Al told me to say that.
Hey, you guys, how hard is the training actually for Deontay at this point? What everyone's been saying, you got to teach him the basics. Like, these guys act like they're coming in and tweaking a master already, right? No, we're going back to jab, right hand. Let's throw it at proper, right, with the right technique. We're talking about a 3-punch combo, not a 2-punch.
Yeah.
Like, get out of there. Like
don't hack that right hand. Land it straight and it fucking lands.
They act like they're, you know what I'm saying, Lee? They act like they're coming in and they know how to fix what's already perfect. No. Everyone said he needed to start on the basics. You don't need to bring in all these trainers to teach a guy how to do the basics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's move forward. Evander Holyfield wants to jump on the train. Evander Holyfield not talking about his son. No, he's talking about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury ain't GOAT material yet. Really? How many guys do you have to beat? Let's see. You beat the lineal heavyweight champion in Klitschko, who was champion for a decade. You literally rise to the challenge of taking out Deontay Wilder. What if he beats AJ? Okay. Let's see. Let's wait.
Bob,
I'm going to
Evander,
I'm going to skewer Evander's comments.
I know you are.
Of an ice cube.
Hey, Lee, he might be thinking GOAT like of all time. People need to explain to him that it's only of this era.
Andrew, this
Go
is
ahead.
Evander Holyfield. Andrew, I want to join the show. I meant GOAT like you eat grass. He doesn't eat a lot of grass, right? Have you seen him eat grass, Andrew?
No.
Right. Does he fuck like a goat? Like me? The reason I'm the GOAT is because I have 26 kids.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
I warned you
mothers.
last week. By the way, Miggs, I warned you last week what made this show. All right, so don't get all fucking hoity-toity. I don't know.
I'm not gonna. No, I ain't gonna.
He said the word Mexican. He said the word whitey. He said goat. And Evander Holyfield has 26 kids. That's an opinion, Holyfield tells us. This is the thing. You got to be more than one guy. Really? He fucking beat Holyfield. All right.
Yeah, he beat two of the best. Fuck.
He beat Klitschko. You fucks who think that Deontay Wilder is coming back, and you fucks who think AJ's the greatest. I don't want to break it to you. Tyson Fury is the man who broke. Why am I the only one who rings the bell for the whitest white heavyweight? And by the way, I don't want to break this to anybody.
First off,
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right now. The greatest heavyweight champion of all time is Klitschko. And I want to hear an argument.
Anyway.
Really?
Anyways.
Really? No, wait, hold on. Why not? Why not?
Opposition. We've already talked about it. Come on, this is
There
old.
was nobody left. He cleared out the top 10. He did the same thing Mike Tyson
look,
did.
he's not even the greatest of this era yet, so you do have to back off. He has to beat AJ. We all know AJ and Tyson Fury is going to determine right now the best of this era. AJ they're going to unify. They're going to unify, and whoever wins that is superior in boxing. They could do it again too, but Tyson is not the GOAT of this era yet. He has one more win. One more huge fight.
I agree with you. My point was Klitschko was the GOAT. I'm trying to make the argument for Klitschko might be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Klitschko unified the titles. He dominated the division. He fought everybody in the top 10. And the only reason everybody in America won't accept him, he fought every fight in Europe, making $100 million a fight. Like, he was just smart about it. But we can make an argument. It's always about opposition, right? Oh, there was no Larry Holmes. There was no Mike Tyson. There was no Jack L. Sullivan. No, you know what?
None of that shit.
None of these fuckers held a belt and all of the belts for 10 straight years. Like, I get that I'm on a bandwagon here about Klitschko, but he had the fucking all up, not one, not two, not three. Klitschko had all the titles for a decade. A fucking decade. And the only reason he gets no respect is because he beat them all in Europe. And you cut to a fucking weird ass gypsy who was high on antidepressants, right? Who stripped that away from him in a controversial decision nonetheless. That cannot be overlooked, Andrew.
I'm not going to argue this for 20 minutes. I mean, bro, it's not going to. Klitschko is not the greatest of all time in the heavyweight division.
Really?
But Lee, we've argued this before.
I know. You hate white people, Andrew. And deep down you hate me.
Yeah, that's why I just said Tyson Fury's one fight away.
Right. the whitest of the whitest.
Tyson Fury.
He does have
Tyson
one
Fury
fight.
whiter than? Wait, that's a good discussion. Is Tyson Fury whiter than Klitschko?
I don't know. I know it's melting out front, so I got to go soon. I know everything's melting out there, dude. I hear it's starting to come down the hallway. Soon it'll be.
All right. How far away, Miggs, is Klitschko? I'm sorry. How far away is Tyson Fury for being legendary? Like, literally, I think he's on the verge. If he really has 2 fights left, takes out Deontay again, then walks in and strips all the belts off of Anthony Joshua, how do we not talk? That's some pretty fucking heavy duty shit.
That is, he's literally on the cusp, honestly, man. It's like right there, right at the threshold. I'm of the opinion that, what's that?
He would be undefeated, walked all the way to the title.
Yeah, exactly. Like he'd be right there. Like I'm of the opinion that you have to, I feel like you win the title. Okay, boom, you're there. Defend it once. Defend as many times as you can. But if you want to defend it once, so be it. Defend it once. It's 100% yours. You earned the title shot. You got the title. Now defend it. I feel if he beats, what's his name, Wilder in the rematch, and then ends up, I won't say if, most likely he will, and then beats AJ, I wouldn't mind seeing another fight with AJ one more time, just to kind of, really seal the deal. Dude, if he fucking beats Wilder and AJ and maybe AJ one more time, holy shit. Like, and then on undefeated, dude, there's some
crazy. Yeah, and then he has the crazy stat. No man has ever won every belt in the heavyweight division. He did that starting over there in Europe and making his way here. There's another crazy stat. No one has ever beaten a champion with 10 title defenses. He's done that twice with Klitschko.
He's got everything crazy.
Shit.
Right?
Yeah, so he's got some good stats.
Andrew.
Yeah.
If he wins all the titles, there's no way this asshole's retiring. I'm going to prop his ass up and keep pumping money out of him.
I know that. Lee, I mean, they know the money that's on the table right now. I still got to say, right now, he's still doing media tours. So he hasn't, he's not back in the gym either. I don't know, he's got a lot of partying, a lot of success. He needs to get through his blood too. I just hope everything's right 5 months from now. We've seen this work against fighters that won the first fight, the biggest one being Duran Leonard.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's I think it's scary still for both guys, especially because we know the mindset of Tyson Fury. He can get a little crazy, right?
Especially during the downtime.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going full Ricky Fatton, right? But he is going full crazy, which I kind of like.
He's released a few things of him drinking. We've had some drunk tweets.
No, I agree with that. But if we all agree that we live in an age that is about engaging your audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And creating a persona and creating a character of either a good guy or a bad guy, I think Tyson is doing remarkable work. Like, he says crazy shit, which white people love, because white people all want to believe that they can go out and beat any color, any race, any creed. And no, I'm not white hating. I'm just telling you that white people feel very insignificant, and you should, because you're all fucking.
You're talking about American white people.
American white people, no, not European. They're
exactly
a different fucking group. They will take over the world if you give them a chance. God damn. My God, they broke up the EU. I don't want to start with that. But in this particular case, in America, Tyson Fury is endearing himself as a heavyweight champion, right? Look, I'm Rocky, I'm crazy, and I drink, and I'm like you, and I eat eggs, and I eat meat. I do crazy shit, and I dance in the pub, and then ultimately go out and handle his scandal. Because here's the thing. White people are very scared of every race. I don't want to break it to you, white people. I'm not white hating, okay? But your reality is this. You're afraid of all people. Plus, you're all fat. And you're afraid to get off the couch and actually go train. And this is why Andrew's friends think I white hate. I don't white hate. The reality is you're afraid, because the reality is there are better athletes out there. What Tyson Fury did was get fat, win, got thin, win, got fat again, and knocked out Deontay Wilder. That is the greatest white moment in history. Am I wrong, Andrew?
Yeah.
He got fat. He was fat.
A little bit on it.
Wait, am I wrong? He was fat when he beat Klitschko. He was thin when he became legendary. Got fat again and knocked out Deontay.
Yeah, I don't know if that made him the greatest white athlete in America, Lee.
It does in my mind. As a white guy, I'm telling you, that just tells me I can fucking eat Cheetos and drink Amsterdam 100 proof. And
in the morning.
Yeah, he's not.
By the way, while we were talking, while we were talking, I'm signing up right now for the Pan Am.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
He's
Pan
still
Pacific
6'9", bro. He's still 6'9", but come on.
I'm signing up for the Pan Am Games right now for jiu-jitsu. Right now,
Not
based
6'9".
on Klitschko. Thank you, all of you. I'm signing up for the Pan Jiu-Jitsu IBJJF International Championships, taking place in literally 2 weeks, which I haven't trained for. I've done one spin class. I'm going to sign up as a white guy because I've been eating Cheetos and drinking. Let's see. It's only $145 for me to sign up to go get my ass kicked.
All right.
Hey, look, and there's the spectator entrance fee too, so who has to watch it?
Yeah, no shit. Best moment in the show ever. Sugar Hill Stewart, Fury Wilder 3 will play out differently. What?
Huh?
When you lose, what? Huh? All right, shout out to Tim Taylor, the Tool Man. Huh?
Yeah. What?
I got to check out though here, buddy.
All right, we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish right now. I promise.
I guess what we're doing today.
I can't wait.
Family.
Going and picketing the Raiders.
No, family picture day.
Oh my God, I love your wife. I so love you. Kiss your wife. Wait, I want you to kiss your wife after the show and go, Lee sent that along, because that's the greatest moment you've actually told me about ever.
That's why I have to go soon. We have to
Oh
get
my
ready.
God, I love Chris. I
You
love
gotta go
Chris.
iron the shirt.
Yes.
Literally, when I win the lottery, the first million, I'm not sending it to her. I love that woman. When you lose, you want to go back and correct some of the things. Deontay is a competitor. He lost the fight, so I'm sure he's going to want to be better. I wouldn't agree with that.
No, he's not. He had some close calls. That first fight with Ortiz, close calls, man. He was almost out, and he didn't change the jack shit. No, fuck that.
That's
This is
the
about
funniest
money.
thing. Wait, by the way, this is the funniest sentence ever in boxing. When you lose, you want to go back and correct things. Deontay is a competitor. He lost the fight, so I'm sure he wants to go back and he wants to do better. No, I honestly think he thinks that his fucking shredder costume weighed too much. I really think fundamentally he believes that he lost that fight because the weight. I don't think there was a discussion.
No, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
Like there isn't a Bob Era moment of what do we have next? Right? Well, we can go to ESPN on a streaming app. What's a streaming app? Right? That didn't happen with Deontay Wilder. He was sitting around with his camp and he's like, my legs felt numb.
I think
it was the costume.
He's putting it on the costume, but he knows damn well it was his legs and it was over nervous energy. They all talked about it. The man was walking for about an hour before the fight. He's pacing back and forth and back and forth. And Lewis and Andre Ward kept saying it. This is nervous energy. He needs to relax. He needs to sit down, go to sleep. Lewis, I think, talked about sleeping. He did tire himself out. It had nothing to do with the suit. The suit might have added to it, but it was his nervous energy about 45 minutes before that bell rang that got Deontay ultimately tired, if you want to put it on anything besides Tyson Fury. So
Stewart said,
with
I
that
don't want to say how ineffective Deontay was. We were confident in our game plan. He was he saw something in Deontay that had thoughts come to his head. The game plan was executed to knock out the knockout artist. Tyson Fury is the biggest, stronger heavyweight in the fight. He should fight like that. The reason I bring this up is I don't even believe this is literally like, let's look at two different camps here for a quick second, Migs. In one camp, we have a guy who's making an excuse because, I broke my toe, right? And in the other camp, they're actually being politically correct all the way up in Deontay's a good champion, even though he's a DASA, right?
Yeah.
All the way to his trainer who's saying, no, he's going to come back and be a tougher champion. Please buy tickets. Like, why don't fight fans see the politics of everybody playing a game here?
I think, well, just, naive. I mean, I'm saying, like, there's a part of us, me included, that it was just naive to see that stuff. It's I wanted to touch on what Andrew was saying about that nervous energy that what's the name, that Wilder was displaying. Like, before the fight, like, you don't want to do shit. You should like relax like a motherfucker. It's like, if you looked at his legs, like, he's got pretty scrawny ass legs. Like, let's just be real. He's got like those Johnny Bones Jones legs. For him to be like having that nervous energy that we know is going to lead to an adrenaline dump, if he's not, if he's nervous, he should, the whole time in the ring, in the locker room, up to the point that he was getting his hands wrapped, like, he should have been sitting down, relaxing. Even like Lennox Lewis saying, fucking snapping. Now, I do want to say one thing about Fury specifically, how he was, even though he kept calling, Wilder a dosser, like, when you talk crap about your opponent and you whoop his ass, like, in my opinion, that doesn't look good. If you end up like really lifting your opponent and making him like hot shit and you whoop his ass on top of that, that makes you look even fucking better. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk up your opponent like a motherfucker. Like, yeah, he's a dosser, but he's a champ. He's a champ. Yeah, exactly. Hold him on that pedestal, because you know what? When you come and whoop his ass, it makes you look even better. Realistically, he's like, oh, he's nothing. I can take him. Well, then you're beating a no one. Then if you end up winning, then what credit do you give yourself by saying that shit about your opponent, knowing that you're gonna whoop his ass? Well, hopefully that you whoop his ass, and then you end up winning. It doesn't do anything for you. talk up your opponent, and then even if you lose, it's like, all right, well, I lost to a better fighter. I talked them up like a motherfucker, right? It's like, yeah, there's credibility behind that, but even more so if you end up beating them.
That will do it. What? Oh, I'm getting this in my ear. Okay, go ahead, Dan.
Okay, I'm back.
Fight Net Radio. Ray, give me food. I want to see my penis someday. Go to fightnetradio.com for more boxing stuff.
This conference will now be
You
recorded.
guys are going to talk about this shit. All right, look, until Andrew gets kicked out. So this is bonus behind the scenes shit. That's the actual show. That's probably where I'll end the video. But we were talking about Mayweather wanting $600 million. He's actually got quotes like a fucking lunatic. We talked about Conor McGregor fight. We talked about the Khabib fight. For myself, the number is $600 million. $600 million.
Damn.
More than half a fucking $1 billion, right? To face them. If I'm going to go out there and risk it, I'd have to be worth it. Andrew, until your wife walks in and really legitimately ends this show, how fucking crazy is a 43-year-old Mayweather wanting $600 million for Khabib Nurmagomedov?
Look, either Floyd's desperate for clicks, right? Needs his name in the news, or he's desperate for money. Okay, the UFC needs to try to work him into the octagon. If he wants 600, ask him for 300 million to do one fight in the octagon. I think they make that back on just endorsements for that fight.
They certainly have the money. I mean, that organization.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point, and the UFC might be smart. Dana White's in Vegas. We know the UFC's in Vegas. They might already know about where Floyd is financially. There could be guys in Floyd's own team giving Dana White news, knowing that he's going to bubble on this fight getting made for an octagon matchup. Now, Floyd would probably not have a shot. At this time, he'll be 43, 44 years old, never trained a day of his life in MMA. It's like the perfect setup for an MMA fight. That's what they do. So,
yeah.
It could be that's why Dana White hasn't truly brought Floyd in. They're waiting for Floyd to run out of money. He will get in that octagon for the right price.
I don't think so. Honestly, don't think so. Well, maybe that last part for the last price, but I mean, for the right price. First and foremost, obviously, $600 million is a fucking absurd. Like, just straight up fucking absurd. This is after him just saying no, me coming out of retirement is not all about the money. Dude, you just fucking said that. You just said it's not about the money, and then like, oh, by the way, yeah, 600 million, and I'll get in there. Like, no, fuck out of here. I swear, he is the biggest fucking attention whore ever, man. Shit, let the smaller guys just, let the guys shine now, the young guys, and leave. Your time is up. You're not in your prime anymore. Go, man. Fuck, go train other fighters or go do your promoter thing or whatever the hell it is. But that's straight up fucking ridiculous, and I legitimately hope nobody pays that son of a bitch that shit.
What? I'm getting a beeping in my ear. Dan Rayfield wants to say something.
Wants to chime in.
600 million buys a lot of tacos and bucket passes and penis extension surgery.
And chimichangas.
And chimichangas. All right, one more until Andrew has to bust out of here for the bonus content. Ryan Garcia and Jorge Linares. I mean, they're talking about it, but it's still technically, both of you guys, this is not signed. This fight is good. First of all, I'm sick of Ryan Garcia. Like, I want to see his ass get knocked out. He's obviously playing the bad guy in this whole role, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with you, Andrew. Are you actually excited to see a Linares versus Garcia fight to see if he's got shit?
Well, yes, and I'm not sick of Garcia as far as playing the bad guy. You can't proclaim you're one of the best fighting the opposition that he has been, demanding millions of dollars because you have Instagram followers. When he beats Linares, hold on, when he beats Linares, if he beats Linares, everything he said is now he has something to stand on. Now he has an argument. He beats Linares. He's one of the best fighters in the Golden Boy stable.
No way. He's not as good as me. Is he as good as me, bro? Is he?
I already said that. No, that's
No,
old.
he's not, right? Hey,
No,
by
he's
the
got
way,
solid
Oscar needs to, maybe Oscar does need to keep hearing that though. That's kind of yeah. You might be right. No, you might be right, man. You might be right. There is an ego thing there. That could be very well what's holding back him and Garcia's career.
Yeah, exactly. Well, keep in mind that Garcia had like some sort of issue with Oscar some time ago before he signed his like new deal. So he was already tension from the jump.
And Miguel, I don't know if you seen it the night where there was a fight where this was early in Ryan's career where everyone was like, "Oh, he's the new Oscar. He's the new Golden Boy just because of his looks." You know, the kid's handsome like Oscar was when he was little. Oh, he's gonna new Oscar. He's a new Oscar. Dude, Oscar literally goes on the air and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did he win Olympic gold medal?
Right?
Did he win a title at 21?" I was like, dude, he totally fucking
I don't want to break it to you,
Butt
bro.
hurt.
I
Yes.
fucking impregnated every girl in East LA, bro.
There is an ego thing there. No.
Bro,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
have
hell yeah. It's the button cheese thing, 100%. Fuck yeah.
Yep. No, you guys don't know. All right. Like I fucked in the 80s. I fucked all the women in Montebello all the way to fucking Boyle Heights. I did. And I ate all the fucking tacos. Fuck Chris Areola and his fucking tacos, bro. I fucked them all.
By the way, I don't know if Ryan's going to get past Linares. Honestly, I think that's a humongous jump. Like, Linares is fucking
It's not
seasoned
a
as
slight
hell.
jump. It's a huge jump.
It's a huge freaking jump, dude. From
It's
the
a
cans
huge
that he's
jump.
like
That's
mopping the
like-
floor with to Linares. Holy fuck. Once I saw that, I'm like, no, please no. Like, dude, get stiffer competition. Yes, 100%. But, dude,
Why
Linares.
are you against it? No, hold on. Oh, why are you against this? This is so fucking awesome because Ryan Garcia's ego is actually bigger than
Is driving this fight.
Yo, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
well.
listen. Except for Andrew, who I want to fucking pop a cap in. All right. Look, this fucking kid, he's got to be put down. He needs a fucking loss on his record. Look, I needed Felix Strum to be reminded that Bob needs to fix a fight every once in a while for me, right? Like, so that's what needs to happen here for Ryan Garcia. Like, he needs to get fucking humbled, eh?
Yeah, he does. He legit does. He needs to
That's
get like.
exactly what this is. This is fucking. This is literally Golden Boy going, all right, you think you're the shit. Here you go.
Yeah.
And
He needs a
Ryan
reality
Garcia
check.
is about to find out what a guy who will go 12 deep. Tell me I'm wrong, Andrew. Linares isn't going to go down. He's going to go 12 deep no matter what. Like, he will not go down.
This
This
proves
is the dropped Lomachenko, by the way.
trust
That
me,
was no joke.
there's no turning back if Garcia is able to knock out Jorge Linares like he's been knocking everyone else out. The speed is there. He's naturally gifted. The talent is there.
Yeah.
It's
And
about
the left
his
hook is there. The left hook is there. I'm not saying it's not.
It's about his technique going into this fight. He drops his left a lot. He's open for the counter right, and Linares is one of the best at throwing. Linares is so good, he dropped Lomachenko. Okay,
Yeah.
that was only 2 fights ago. So that's what's that. This is going to be an awesome fight if it's signed. You know, and because it's not
This is
signed yet,
I don't want to break it to anybody. I'm going to be the one who's going to press my nose right up on the glass to watch this fight.
Yeah.
Because I think Ryan Garcia has literally gotten too big for his britches. And I know Oscar knows it. I think the only I don't want to give you guys behind the scenes Oscar. Hey, don't talk for me.
Lee.
Listen,
You-
I was in
you-
a meeting, Andrew. I was in a meeting, right? First, we talked about fucking popping a cap in your ass, right? From 10 years ago. Bro, right? Did you front on me? Front on me? Did you front
I
on
already
me?
forgot what
fucker?
I was going to say.
All right, listen. Ryan fucking fronted on me. You don't think I'm not going to fuck this guy up first? Look, I get getting paid, but the reality is, gotta fucking humble him. What did Bob do to me? He gave me Felix Strum. I learned a lesson, right? Bob can fix it. And so I gotta fucking be humble, right, bro? Right? That's what I gotta do, bro. So I gotta do it to Ryan Garcia and teach this fucker a lesson. He thinks he's a fucking stud. So I'm gonna put him in the ring with the biggest fucking stud out there. And let's see what he does when he's on his fucking ass, right? Tell me I'm wrong, Andrew. I mean, I fucking hate you, but I want to hear your fucking opinion.
One thing is Oscar responded when Top Rank put him in the fire. He starts out winning belts and he never turns back until what you talk about, the middleweight division. I think 7 divisions later, or 6 divisions. He might have went 6. Ryan Garcia, this is his first fight. This is his Bernardo Hernandez. This is his Julio Cesar Chavez.
This is Felix Strum.
It's not Felix. You stop it.
I'm not gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let Felix Strum go. I've never seen a fight fixed that hard. I've never.
They needed that
fight, dude. Where I went.
You know that Hopkins. Shit. That was our Hagler Leonard.
Exactly.
That was our Hagler.
We needed to have that happen. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen if like Oscar wouldn't get past Felix.
Yep.
Oh my God, I was there and I was like, I bet on Strum. What are you fuckers doing? Like, you literally fixed a fucking fight in front of my eyes. Look, I'm not saying that Oscar, and I'm sure it'll be in California because that's the smart place to do it. And I'm sure it'll be at Dignity Healthcare Park on a July night. But Garcia is completely delusional if he thinks he's at this level yet. Like, Oscar's been building this guy. This is his golden boy. This is the next guy. He thought it was his cousin. His cousin fucking shit the bed a couple of months ago.
Yeah, Diego.
Right? Diego literally, like, Oscar put all his energy in. The minute Diego lost, he went, okay, sign Garcia to a 15-fight, $5 billion deal. And we all showed up at the train station, and Garcia got his $1 billion contract. And what's his next real fight out? You're going to put him in with fucking Jorge Linares? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, this is so crazy from a promotional perspective, Andrew. And
it almost has to happen, though, Lee. He kind of forced his hand in this one. He's demanding, he wanted $1 million a fight, and the guy was fighting below 15th ranked fighters, or he might even been worse. They might have been in the 20s. I don't know where he was at, but he's definitely in the top now. He's in the top 5 now. He wins this fight. Then he gets his $1 million paydays. So I don't think Oscar really had a shot. You guys, real fast, you got to remember, Canelo is in his stable. Canelo is ready to make his own company. Don't be surprised if that's why they gave Ryan that big contract. They know Ryan would have left. He would have been fighting under Canelo's promotions.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, there's a lot going on. You think he wants him to go to Canelo as a stud? No, you think you're badass? We'll do it right now. You either get used up or you make me some money before you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to make an announcement right here, Andrew. I've been sitting on here all this time. I had a whore on my cock, but whatever. I'm announcing it right now. I am signing Ryan Garcia to a 700-year, $250 billion contract to be my next fighter. Fuck Oscar.
Right.
Right? Because that's what's out there, right? Ryan Garcia, like, that's what this is. Like, sorry, I'm having a moment. Listen, fight fans, or people who listen to this show, or writers, you guys don't get this. Guys with actual talent, like Ryan Garcia, should be built up for 20, 30, 40 fights like Deontay, and then thrown into the fire to see if they can handle their fucking scandal. Ryan Garcia, at a handful of fights, is about to jump into the deep end of the swimming pool. And he is not anywhere near the level that he thinks he is. If he beats Linares, like, his next fight is going to be what? You make a deal with Bob, right? Like, does Oscar and Bob do business and they put that fight together? Like,
yeah, you would probably see him fight even another Dazin stable mate. Devin Haney would be right there. So he has options, Lee. But yes, it's either make it or break it on this fight as far as being the $1 million baby.
Because Bob has spent all his time building up a guy at this weight class.
Tefimo Lopez.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it gets to a very weird point where you take out Linares and then Bob and Oscar do business. And here's the sad reality. What a great fight. Let's live in a fantasy world where Linares versus Garcia gets made. Great fight. 6 months. Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia. My God.
Lee, we're
That's
getting
a fucking That's a fucking fight fantasy. All right.
We're getting
but
to a point.
Nobody's gonna buy that.
We're getting to a point where they all have titles, bro. Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, or Devin's already the WBC champ. Teofimo Lopez is fighting Lomachenko, and then you're gonna have Ryan Garcia coming up here soon. The division's changing, and we also have Tank.
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Davis.
And then potentially Tank and fucking Leo Santa Cruz.
You know what? I don't think we're giving enough credit to. I know it's not Bob. All right, for everybody thinking Bob's a genius. Bob eats soup, and that's all there is. But the reality of what Top Rank did was they went lightweight below welterweight and started capturing talent, right? So now you got Teofimo Lopez, you got Lomachenko, you've got these really big names that all the way down to lightweight, flyweight, super flyweight. Bob controls everything below the flyweight.
He has a big hitter in Miguel Burchelt. Miguel Burchelt might be the one that could jump up and actually face a lot of these guys and have a good career. But yes.
Or Oscar Valdez, another guy in the
He's fighting Burchelt, though, so I don't think he's going to get past.
No,
I don't think he's past Burchelt, man.
The sad reality, the only person who's getting fucked in the current Bob Arum era is Terrence Crawford, who can't get a fight with the guys he wants to actually fight, right?
Yep.
Because he's in a PBC run division, and then anything above middleweight is all fucking Eddie Hearn. Like Eddie Hearn thought, well, my niche is going to be anything from super middleweight all the way to heavyweight.
And then Lee, seriously, two of the biggest players in the welterweights already ducked them. Their fans already know it, and they're okay with it, and that's Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. Both of these guys ran from a Terrence Crawford showdown, and everyone's cool with it, so their careers move on. They actually get to fight each other in a pay-per-view instead of either of their fan bases demanding they fight the best welterweight right now in the world in Terrence Crawford.
I honestly thought, both of you guys, I really thought this. I thought with the combination of Bob Arum and Al Heyman to make this heavyweight fight that we would see some action in the middle welterweight division. And we haven't seen it like that. Like, why is there not a Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence fight? Like Andrew, I like,
or any other of the PBC welterweights, fucking Porter or Garcia, any one of those other guys. It doesn't even have to be fucking Spence right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know what it was in the past. Hopefully, the future looks brighter for us boxing fanatics. With the PBC is kind of falling apart.
This is the reality, right? We're going to get more of Mikey Garcia fighting Manny Pacquiao. Really?
As long
you beat Jesse fucking Vargas. Are you fucking kidding
me? As long as they fight on DAZN, we might be okay. Then no. Actually, no, he fights on ESPN. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if these two are ever going to have to fight Crawford, bro.
It's not. And we go back to what we've talked about for literally the last 5 years, Andrew. This fucking inbred, you only fight here, you only fight for my organization bullshit is killing boxing. And I hate to say, I'm going to say it.
It's
Don
not killing
King
boxing.
is a goddamn god.
It's not. It didn't kill boxing. It definitely hurt for this last era. We didn't see a lot of fights that we were supposed to. One classic I've always wanted was Bradley Porter. That's a fight America should have gotten. Those are two of the best action fighters in the same division of this era, and we never seen that fight happen. So that's one that we missed. But we're getting past it. I'm hoping the car crash changed Spence's outlook in his career. I'm hoping that the loss of Deontay Wilder and Kownacki now last night. Am I say Kawasaki? How do I say his name, you guys?
Wait,
Kownacki. There you go. There you go.
Word is cow.
I might never have to worry about it again, but
you won't. He's never going to be back. He's going to be the champion of Poland. Okay, much like the night I went out with Miggs and I went, I'm going to make this guy famous.
Oh, with Wallin?
Otto
Wallin.
So I hope Spence sees those two careers, what just happened to them, sees where Andy Ruiz is in life, and tells Al Heyman, let's get that Crawford fight now. Hopefully we can turn it into 2 fights and double our money. So I'm hoping that's where we're going. But with that being said, it's time for me to get ready now, you guys.
More importantly, did you see this ad that popped up on the right hand of the screen? Duff versus the guy from New York. Chef Battle Part 2. Sorry, I digress. I'm actually excited about Duff versus that Part 2. Look, this Manny Pacquiao thing has to end, okay? We need to get rid of the Lomachenko's. We need to get rid of the Manny Pacquiao's. We need to get rid of the Klitschko's. Yes, I said that, people. Klitschko needed to go. He was an old guard. These old guards, I want the kids to come up. I want Terrence Crawford. I really want Teofimo to step up. I really want all these guys to step. Look, is it wrong of me, Andrew, to just want a fucking super fight every Saturday since I own? Well, I don't. But let's say I owned every streaming app. I should be able every Saturday night to, here on the right-hand screen, I want an Andy Ruiz versus an Anthony Joshua there's enough fighters that I should get a super fight every fucking Saturday night. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're just asking for too much, man. I wish I was wrong, but you're asking for way too much. In the sport of boxing, that's one of the reasons why I'm a humongous fucking MMA fan, dude. It's like not just because of the fights themselves, but it's like, yeah, granted, they're all under the same umbrella, makes things a little bit easier. But a few fucking weeks ago we had Felder and Hooker, and then Hooker wins, and they immediately called out Dustin Poirier, and bam, we got fucking Poirier and Hooker, bam, signed. It's like just like that, we get the fights that we want. The period.
I get this, and I've said this. I want Ben Askren to get his fucking lights taken out by an actual striker. Like, I want to see that knee. I want to see even Kownacki getting his shit handed to him. Like, I want that every Saturday night. Look, I have no issue with what happened last night, but not everybody fights like that. Not everybody is going that hard. Did I lose Andrew? I feel like I lost Andrew.
Oh, probably.
Did we?
I don't know. I can't tell.
He's still technically on the line. I'm just saying that. This is the bonus part of the show. Andrew!
Maybe he muted himself. Okay.
Well, no, it's all good. He was going to go at some point. Go to Fight Net Radio. That was your bonus audio content. Next week, maybe midweek, I actually have the 5 greatest trilogies in boxing history, and I would love to hear everybody's comment on it. We hope you enjoyed this show. This is just the audio portion of the program. Go to Fight Fiend Migs on Instagram, and are you back, Andrew?
And YouTube.
And YouTube, for that matter. Yeah. Do we have boxing next week? Oh my God.
What's the 14th? There's a UFC card, but I'm not sure if I have to check the calendar. But
well, thanks to Dan Rayfield trying to do his.
Oh wait,
job.
there is. I'm pretty sure there is. Actually, I think they announced it on fucking. Might be maybe even another PBC card. I'm not sure.
Why is it saying April? Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh, it says key dates. Just keep scrolling. Those are just the key dates.
All right. Where are we? Next weekend is the 12th, right?
14th.
All right. So what do we have? Telemundo on Friday night for all you hardcores. Nobody versus nobody.
Right.
In Miami, and ESPN on Friday the 4th. Oh,
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, but he's fighting McGill Mariaga. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
This is just a mandatory defense.
Jesse Magdaleno, local guy. Magdaleno's fighting Jesse.
Yeah, but he's fighting Shakur Lucas. I don't want to look it up, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say nobody.
Yep, pretty much.
And Fox is going to put on Kirkland versus Hernandez.
Oh, fuck. That guy's still licensed? Jeez.
Right. And this is going to make Fox Sports 1. Anything else? Thompson Boxing probably has a better card. Out here in Orange, California, maybe I'll go out to this fight. Michael Dutchover versus Rafael Reyes. I have a good relationship with Thompson Boxing.
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing next week. We might actually talk full news. Ooh, how exciting.
Okay. Yes.
So for the broadcast people, this was your bonus content. Enjoy it. That was your plus. I will, I guess, go to Thompson Boxing next week in Orange. Jesus. What do I have? Wait, hold on. Michael Dutchover, Rafael Reyes, bullshit. Manuel Flores, Loreto Reyes, bullshit. Arnold Dion. Oh my God, this is such crap.
You sure you want to go to that?
Well, I know a referee. I know a couple of people. I can make a night of it and take the train so that I can drink heavily during the. Wait, did I say that out loud? I don't think
Yes, you
Thompson
did.
has the same role. Thompson doesn't have the same role.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's a shit fight card. All right. Tune in, fightnetradio.com. Get all your updates. Get everything you need. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Thanks for listening.
Fight Net Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!